Hello everyone and welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to understand how Selenium reads the size of elements, how it reads the position of elements, how it controls the browser window size, and how Selenium 4 made this even better. So let's start. So today we will cover four important WebDriver methods: the getSize, setSize, getLocation, and getRectangle. So each one serves a very specific purpose, and I will explain what problem it solves, why Selenium provides it, and when you actually use it in real projects. So let's start with the first method, that is getSize. Okay, so this method is used to check the height and width of an web element. Think about a real world UI testing. Is the login button too small? Is the text box width broken after a CSS change? Is a button overlapping another element? Selenium can validate this with the help of these methods. So you can use getSize on buttons, text boxes, images, input fields, or any visible element. The return type of this getSize method is not int, not string. It is an object of type dimension. So let's try to write it. I will say remove this. So driver. So I have this element now. So element dot getSize, and if you hover over this getSize method, you see the return type of this is dimension. arg.openqa.selenium.dimension. Okay. So if you just click on this method, you see that there is a dimension, and if you go inside dimension, you see it is a class. Okay, and is having two integers parameters, that is width and height. Okay, so now what is happening here? Selenium finds the element, Selenium measures the size, it stores that size inside a dimension object. So as the return type is dimension, we can simply add dimension d is equal to element dot getSize. Now if you see this, it is storing element dot getSize here. So now if you want to extract the values, you can simply print those system.out.println, and then you can simply call d dot width. Okay, similarly you can call the height, so dot println d dot height. Okay, and then you can simply run it. So in real projects, teams compare the expected height versus actual height, expected width versus actual width. Especially it is useful when UI breaks, responsive design issues, or cross-browser layout problems. So in these cases, get this getSize method is helpful. So it has opened. Okay, we are not maximizing it. Okay, so it has printed the width of that particular this search text bar is 668 and height is 36. Okay, and then you can correctly relate it. The height is 36 and the width is 668. Okay, so this is how we can get the size of the element. So you can apply this on any visible element, okay, on the web page. Now let's say if you want to resize the browser window, in that case we can use setSize method. So setSize method is not for element, it is for the browser window itself. So in real projects, we test on different screen resolutions. We simulate laptop, tablet, mobile layouts. We want to see how UI behaves on small screens. So instead of manually resizing, Selenium does this for us. Okay. So setSize expect a parameter of type dimension. So we must create a dimension object first, and then we can pass it to the setSize method. So let's create that. So dimension d, we will create an object here, and then we can pass, let's say 200 400. Okay, and then now we can use that method driver dot manage dot window dot set size, and then we can pass this dimension object here. Why this is showing error? It is already okay, so it is already defined, so we will pass it as d1. Okay, so now new dimension. Here we are passing 200 as a width, 400 as a height, and we are passing that dimension variable here in this set size method. So Selenium applies that size to the browser window. So let's try to run this. Still running. Okay, so it has opened. It will open Bing, and then it will set the size. You can see it has set the size with the width of 200 and height is 400. Okay, so now let's talk about the third method, that is get location. So get location is used to get the position of the element. So like in terms of x coordinate or y coordinate of an element on the page. So x axis and y axis, it starts from the extreme left. Okay, so if you have a page, it will start the x axis from the extreme left, from this side, and y axis it starts from top. Okay, so top to bottom and from left to right for x. Okay, so move right, x will increase, move down, y will increase. Okay, so now let's say if you want to find out the location for this bar here, search field here, we can use this get location method. Okay, so now again get location returns an object of type point. Okay, so let's try to add it. So driver dot, or maybe we already have an element, so we can simply use element dot get location. Okay, and now if you hover over this, you will see it is returning a point, an object of point, right? So I will simply add it point p. Okay, and then you need to import the classes. So again, if you want to extract these values, you can extract those. Again, just add it in the print line. So p dot x. Okay, you see p dot x, and similarly we can pass p dot y. So this way it will give us the location for x-axis from the left side, for y-axis from top to bottom. Okay, so it will give you the location for the x and y coordinates. So again, this get location method is used to verify the element alignment, overlapping elements, UI shifts after page load, or sticky headers hiding buttons. So these bugs are very common, and this method is very important to verify those. It has launched, and then it has set the size, and then you see it has written this as a x-axis and this is a y-axis. Okay, so this is how we can use get location method. The next and last is getRect method. So this method was introduced in Selenium 4, and it combines size, that is the height and width of the element, and location, that is x and y coordinates of the element. Okay, so in one single call we can find out size as well as location. Okay, so let's try to use that. So element dot getRect. Okay, so now if you hover over this, you will see what is the return type of getRect is rectangle. Okay, so again we can store it in a rectangle. So rectangle RC, and then if you want to extract the elements, extract the sizes, we can do that by, again let me add it in the print line. Okay, so RC dot X. So if you want to find out the X coordinate, just pass X here. Similarly, system dot out dot print line, I can pass this as Y here, or you can combine this as well, but I will just do it as it is. So let's say now if you want to find out the width, RC dot width, and then at last if you want to find out the height of that element, you can find out height as well. So in one shot you can find out location as well as the size. Just run it. So it has opened. It has minimized. Okay, so it has printed 668. Okay, like for the height it is 36. This is 318, and then X and Y are 65 and 111. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, so let's quickly summarize. getSize, which returns in height and width of an element. setSize, which returns resize, it helps resizing the browser window. Okay, it doesn't return anything, but it resizes the browser window. getLocation, it returns X and Y position, X and Y coordinates. And getRect, it returns the size as well as the location. Okay, so all these methods help UI validation, improve automation quality, and reduces the flaky test. So they separate good automation engineers from the beginners. So if this lecture helped you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone learning Selenium. Happy learning, and I will see you in the next lecture.